right, welcome back, Bean family. I'm here with Mark Harling, or we also call him Mr. Bean, and Brian Dyer, the Bean Counter, for a new episode of Between Two Beans. Okay, so what's new at Bean, and what are we working on?
So a couple things. Black Bean, we introduced Black Bean, and Black Bean is really a culmination of requests from customers to have more, right? More power, more refrigerator space, more storage space with a front box, so and more ground clearance, so and air conditioning, right? So all those things are really part of Black Bean. So there's a video, I think, up here in this corner or this corner, whichever one you put it in, that you can see Black Bean. So in terms of additional features, we've had a lot of requests from customers for a front box. So we have a front box that is on a beanstalk that a YouTuber called Plain with Sticks has been testing for the last month. It looks very promising. We're cutting that into production. So for those of you that have been waiting for a front box is on its way. The other thing that we're doing that's new is, we have that 23-0 180 canopy, which is awesome. And we developed a custom annex room that goes in the center of underneath that canopy that provides a lot of privacy and also provides you a nice sized room right outside of Bean.
Okay, so Brian, what part in expanding capacity, building out new features, what part do you play in that system?
It just adds to the list of things that we have to execute on. We have a lot of feedback that we get from customers on things that they want, and it turns into improvements in Bean. Just operationally executing on these, selling them is one thing, delivering them is another. We just continuously strive to deliver on all these things that our customers want, and they keep wanting more. So it raises the bar on us delivering in every time we add something new. It's just something we got to deliver on, and so every day we just figure out how to do it.
Okay, maybe speak to that more. How is our process different than other teardrop trailer manufacturers, and what makes us different?
We feel it. We appreciate it. We're grateful for the pressure that we have, but there's a tremendous amount of pressure to deliver what our customers want. We have a long list of customers to go out and have experiences with this this trailer that they're excited about. There's people fall in love with what Bean is and what it's going to provide to them, and they're waiting on us. And every day we feel that, like losing sleep at night, just with the idea that a customer wants what we can give them, but they're waiting on us. And so we appreciate just all the customers that have believed in us and wanted to put their hard-earned money in a trailer that we build, but we don't like them waiting on us. And so part of my role is just trying to figure out every day how to give them what they want. So if it's a new thing, it's going to just add to the plate of delivering on customers wanting something more, but we feel that, and we want to continuously improve on delivering trailers to our customers.
So I think your question was, what makes us different in the industry? What's different about us? I think that's significantly different in the industry, right? Where our model is to take a small down payment, right, and then deliver a quality trailer to you as quickly as we can. We've doubled our capacity in the last 4 months. In April of this year, we were quoting 6 to 8 months lead times, right? And that was unacceptable to us, right? So, we worked hard and we increased our capacity. So now that we have double that capacity, so our customers are only waiting 90 days for their trailers. And guess what? That's completely unacceptable to us, right? We anticipate a day where we can actually shorten even that lead time.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I just even more on that point, that is a significant difference. I think what's different is some others in the industry, there's a comfort in just having a big long list of work to do. And especially with big deposits on those, like it can get a little comfortable, just like being okay with that long lead time, and that is just not us. We're not wired to make our customers wait for the trailer that they want, and so it's a big difference operationally. We're just not comfortable with that.
Yeah, even when we had 6 to 8 month lead times, it was embarrassing to us, right?
Yeah.
I can't help as an experienced manufacturer to not be embarrassed by a long lead time, because that to me tells me that you don't know how to scale up, right? That you have demand for your product and you don't know how to scale up as a manufacturer. So I can't even imagine how I would feel if we had a year and a half, 2 year lead time on products.
So how about our composite structure? I've noticed a lot of other teardrop trailer manufacturers are starting to build their trailers the same way. How are we going to continue to be the industry leader in the camper space?
That's a really great question. And you said, so I'm really cautious anytime I hear something like industry leadership, right? We've never called ourselves an industry leader. There's so much hyperbole in this industry that we're going to get to in a little while. But it's only recently that I've felt comfortable calling us an industry leader, which you did just a second ago. And that industry leadership has to do with capacity. From day one, we knew that composite or one-piece shell was the best way to build a trailer, so that you weren't subject to the seams opening up that you're subject to on an aluminum and plywood trailer. And so there was a lot of debate when we first got into this industry on what a trailer should be built out of. And now, a lot of other trailer companies are deciding that fiberglass or composites is the best way to build it. And so that's part of our industry leadership. 2 years ago, we were in oblivion in terms of recognition, right? And now, in terms of do a web search for Teardrop trailer, and you'll see us on page 1. Our volumes, I don't know what volumes other trailer companies have, but it's hard for me to believe that there's any independent small teardrop trailer company that's actually producing more trailers per week than we are at this point. So leadership's based on capacity, on innovation, constant innovation, whether it's black bean, whether it's the introduction of a new system, electrical system, a front box, annexes, the list is on and on, so that's what our leadership is based on.
So if composite construction is the best way to build a trailer, why is it taking so long for some of our competitors to start manufacturing that way, and why can't anyone do it?
I can't speak for other brands. I don't know what path they've taken in developing the awareness that a composite trailer is the best way to build a trailer. I can tell you that that deciding to build a trailer out of composite is no casual decision, right? Yeah. It's easier for us to do that because we already had in-house fiberglass capability. We could develop our own molds, we could develop our own tools, and we could shoot and pull our own parts, right? So maybe other people didn't conclude that a trailer should be built out of fiberglass initially because that's a very intimidating conclusion for some.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a much more costly process, investing in that process, that is not something you're just going to walk out into your garage and figure out how to do. There's a ton of work that's involved in that, and so yeah, it's definitely something that we feel like we're already experienced at. You know, we know how to build those. We've done that. We've been manufacturing fiberglass products for a while now, and that's just not something that's familiar, you know, to your everyday person. So yeah, it's going to be super costly for somebody to just start doing that when they're not experienced in doing that. I mean, their cost has to be significantly more and higher.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot about the cost is probably the biggest issue, right? Like, it's much more expensive to build a trailer out of composite than it is out of plywood and aluminum. You know, we have a massive aluminum shop here, right? We're a huge producer of aluminum products. If it was more cost effective, if it was better to build a trailer out of aluminum and wood, you know, we definitely have the capabilities, and it would have been a lot cheaper. And I think that's reflected in the price of trailers. When you look at being stock starting at about 18 grand, that's the biggest bargain in the entire industry, right? You get this composite one-piece shell at about half the price as some other trailer companies' starting price for their composite teardrop trailer.
So it's 2021. What are the biggest trends for this year?
Yeah, one of the trends is a trend toward composite construction, right? I think there's a lot of trailer companies that are just starting up, teardrop off-road trailer companies that are just starting off, and they're starting off with a composite trailer, or there's some trailer companies that have traditionally built in wood and aluminum that have realized that the best trailers are built out of composite. So that's a big industry trend. I'm glad that from the beginning of our company, we knew that composite was the best way to build a trailer.
So I know we talked a little bit about before on long lead times and kind of briefly on deposits, but the financial side of a customer's experience is just as important to us as the trailer that they receive. And you know, we are uncomfortable with long lead times, and there is an industry kind of trend to have deposits, you know, large deposits as a part of the customer experience. And that combination is really brutal for customers, right? Like, they have to, you know, having a big down payment and then waiting a long time for their trailer is something in the industry that is very common. We want the time that a customer waits to continuously approach zero, right? We don't want them investing in a trailer and financing, you know, the completion of other customers' trailers. We want, as soon as they want a trailer, we want to try and deliver that trailer as immediate as possible. We don't want them having to, you know, invest, you know, their hard-earned money in us and wait for a trailer. We don't want that. We know that's not the normal, but that is kind of a standard out there, and it's just hard to imagine on that side of things, you know, a long list of customers, you know, potentially, if you think about the percentage of deposits and the combination of that with the lead times, you're talking about companies sitting on millions of dollars potentially in customers' money that they have either spent or decided to do something with while they're waiting for a trailer. We've had customers who have had a bad experience with that and ended up losing their deposit because the company didn't end up, you know, staying in business, and customers have missed out. And they've come to us. We don't want customers to even have to think about that. You know, we want them to get their trailers quickly as possible, with as minimal lead time as possible, with as minimal deposit as possible. We will just continuously pursue that. And so that's a little counter to the industry trend of large deposits and long lead times. And you know, we feel like we're up for that. And I think our customers are going to benefit, you know, the most from that.
Yeah, that's huge. I feel like people don't even know that we have the 3-month lead time right now, or that it's only a $3,000 down payment. And that difference alone is massive.
What's funny is that as you say that, I'm uncomfortable with even those numbers. Like, even as you say that, it's like 3 months. Like, imagine a like, I just imagine, I have 3 kids, and like, I just imagine a family getting excited about, they've imagined these adventures they're going to go on, and they're waiting even 3 months, right? Like, they would go tomorrow potentially in this trailer if we could deliver it. And so, like, that's even uncomfortable. The 3 months is even uncomfortable. We hope that results in our customers getting their trailer much quicker. And we're grateful for the problem, the challenge of that, as being the fastest growing, teardrop trailer manufacturer, has added a huge challenge to try and keep those down and improve on them. But we're up for that, and that is a part of our challenge, is delivering trailers to customers who are waiting. And we won't get comfortable with lead times. We just won't. Like, that's not us.
Yeah, I think, when you look at our social media, when you look at our website, when you look at our YouTube videos, I think people can tell that we have fun, right? I don't know if people can tell from that media how intense and how serious we are about our business and about pursuing perfection across the board, whether that's in lead time, in innovation, or in refinement. The pressure is relentless in those areas, and then we have a good time.
Yep.
So moving on to one of the last questions, it's probably been around a 3-year lead up or accumulation of what beans become. So Mark, this is a question for you. What has this entire process and journey been like for you? What's it mean to you?
It's been the funnest 3 years of my career up to this point. When we designed and built Bean, I had no idea that customers would relate to the product and to the company and to the concept of being there as much as they have. I mean, there's a lot of products that you buy on a daily basis that you don't consider that you've joined the family. If I buy this coffee cup, right, as nice as it is with this nice Bean logo, I don't feel like I've joined a family. But a lot of our customers really have expressed a familial feel with their purchase of Bean, and so they share their experiences, their amazing experiences on Instagram and on Facebook. And when somebody buys your product and knows exactly the number of trailer that you've produced and where their trailer is in that pecking order, and is waiting with anticipation for that trailer and experiencing and having some of the best experiences of their lifetime, it's very fulfilling, but it also is a huge responsibility.
Yeah, the acknowledgement and the appreciation that I guess that we've felt just from our customers, from the awards that we've won over the last few years, coolest thing made in the state, manufacturer of the year. This product to our employees has been a huge deal. A lot of our employees follow our customers, and they love seeing something that they built out in the hands of our customers, while they create experiences for themselves. I think just in manufacturing in general, I think a lot of the times the manufacturing group and the operational group, we have a lot of hard-working people here. If you think about like a football team, for example, like a Tom Brady, everybody knows who it is. but there's not a person who's probably listening to this that can name one offensive lineman on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think that's been a huge part of just the fun of this last few years, is just how much all of our people have felt like their work has become, you know, exciting in the lives of the customers, and just those who have acknowledged kind of the success of Beam. So that's just been exciting to be around, and you could feel it in the company, just the excitement just growing. So I think that's what I remember. That's what's been kind of the funnest part of the last few years, is just seeing the people that we've had so excited to be a part of our customers' experience, and just the work that they've done.
So I'm going to turn that question around on you. So what's been the journey? What's the journey been like for you for the last 3 years?
Beam's just a super fun product. It's just one of those things that I get to take the trailer out often, and I get to talk to everyone on the road, and it just seems like even if you're not into camping, you see the trailer and you're like, I got to know more about it. So it's fun. Everyone loves it. The features look badass. It's exciting. So to be around that and to be in that shared community, shared space, it's a ton of fun. Just for my own motivation, and not to mention I'm a huge outdoor enthusiast, mountaineer, backpacker, photographer. So I spend a lot of time outdoors. So to represent a product that's getting people outside is perfect. But I mean, even with that said, I think the Beam's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Well,
it does.
Yeah,
it does have a long way to go.
Yeah, for as much as it's grown and been successful, and it's crazy to be thinking like, you know, industry leading in whatever way, it still feels like the beginning. Like it still feels early.
Yeah.
Like this process of growth and evolution and stuff is still on the front end.
All right. Well, I'm kind of bored of doing this. So can we wrap it up?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Should we do the? Are you going to do the? Maybe you should do the obligatory YouTube stuff.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to our new special, Between Two Beams. We got Mark Harling here, our owner and designer, or Mr. Beam, and we have Brian Dyer, our COO, CFO, for the Beam Counter. Get it? So again, it's been fun. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. If you have more, feel free to leave us a comment below, and it'd be fun to be able to do one of these again. So we'd be sure to follow up with you guys. So again, thanks for tuning in. All you bean stalkers out there, the plant is open Monday through Friday, and now Saturday on appointment. So if you'd like to come in and tour the factory, see some of our trailers, that's available too. Again, thanks for subscribing, and see you next time.
So I think we got a lot of good stuff. You know, I think you're gonna have to do some serious editing on that. Like maybe we should redo that one. That was a pretty hard hit. So there'll be a definite splice there. That's awesome.
All right, we're live.
We are.
Have you ever seen the Charlize Theron one?
I think I've seen that one.
That's the awesome
I've
one.
seen the Obama one.
Yeah, the Obama one's really good.